So I am currently earning $1,120 on Substack. And if you want a new source of online income, I think you should try Substack. And here's why. I am Andrea Valeria, remote work specialist, and I love making money online and sharing with all of you different ways in which you can do it as well. One of the newest online income sources that I have that I started only 9 months ago is Substack. The cool thing about this is that it's basically compounding because you start slow and then you start building it up and up and up until suddenly you have a nice recurring monthly revenue that you didn't have. I started 9 months ago on this platform, and for anyone that's not familiar with Substack, Substack is kind of like a mix between a blog, Threads or X, so kind of like a social media platform too, but also a newsletter. And you can either have it free for everyone, or it can also be a paid subscription, and you can turn that on or not. But if you want to make money, I definitely recommend you to turn on the paid subscriptions from day one, because why not? What we want here is to make money online. So yes, you can have it just as a diary, or you can just share articles. But if you want to turn it into an online source of income, I definitely think that you should turn on the paid subscriptions from day one. Okay, don't wait, don't procrastinate on this. Just start building, and start building while getting paid. So what I did so that people would start subscribing, becoming paid subscribers from basically day one, is that at the beginning, I wrote a lot of articles. So maybe like the first week, I think I did one article per day, which you can say, okay, but that's not sustainable. If I keep doing that, then that's going to become like literally a thing that I'm spending 2 hours per day on. And then if that's what you're doing, then maybe $1,000 a month is not worth it, right? But that this is only at the beginning, because if you're wanting people to pay from day one, you want to give them enough value, information, or enough articles so that they're like, okay, there's a lot of information here already. I can totally subscribe, and I can see myself paying, I don't know, $6, 7, 8, 10, 15, whatever it is that you want to charge. I started charging $6 per month. Okay. That was my paid subscription. And then also you can have it as a yearly subscription. So you can give people a discount for becoming a subscriber, but paying for the whole year. And then also you can have like another tier in which you give them something extra. So whether it is, you can even do features like turning on chats. So you can have maybe your premium or VIP founding members. You can give them the feature of being able to chat with you so that they can ask you questions and all of that. I personally didn't turn on the chat subscription because I want to make this something sustainable for me. And if I have to give people support and do customer service all the time, then that is already like a lot of extra work. And at this moment, I want Substack to be as passive as possible. Not passive because I still have to write articles every once in a while, but as passive as possible so that it is sustainable, and so that I can enjoy doing it without spending a lot of time. If you give people the option to subscribe and have a perk like chatting with you, then you of course need to be there. And if you don't do that, then you're going to have a lot of people unsubscribing, and you don't want that. So you want to be realistic with what you're giving them. So okay, maybe I'm not giving them that feature, but you can think of other things that you can give them. So in my VIP option, I give people templates. Okay, templates that are only included for my course members. So if you're a coach, or you have a course, or you offer services, then you can have free articles. Okay, I also have free articles. Then you can have your paid articles for most of your paid subscribers. And then for your VIP or your founding members, you can have extra templates or things that you only offer your more premium uh, clients. That way they actually see the value and benefit of getting this higher subscription. No, okay. So the cool thing about Substack is that, yes, I have a big following on TikTok and I have a decent follower on Instagram and on Threads, but you do not need a big follower count to be successful on Substack. So I think that's really cool, because that means that a lot of people have options to make it and to make money on Substack, even if you're starting from scratch, even if you don't have an audience. And the reason why I am sure that is the case is because 69% of the people who become a subscriber on my Substack found me on Substack. Okay. Yes, the other like 30% might have found me on Instagram, TikTok, or whatever, but 69%, that is like the majority of people are finding me within the platform. So that is very cool, because you do not have to be promoting your Substack all the time on your other platforms if you have any. So if you don't have any, whatever, you don't need them to grow on Substack. However, I am going to give you one of the biggest Substack growth strategies that I think has been helping me grow as much as I have. Right now, I have about 10,800 subscribers of the free ones, okay? Then those you can convert them eventually to paid subscribers. Maybe at some point they see an article that they're like, "Oh my god, I need this information," and they become a paid subscriber. But I have about 156 paid subscribers. Okay, when I started, I was charging $6 per month. This was 9 months ago. Okay, but about 7 months later, in April, I'm shooting this July 2nd. In April, so like 2 months ago, I upped my price to $9. Okay, so $9 per month, and I also upped the prices of the yearly subscription and the founding members tier. Okay, so now with that, I have 156 paid subscribers. Some of those are paying $6 because they joined before the price increase. And whenever someone joins with a price, even if you increase the price at any point, they keep the original price. So that is very cool, because those people, as long as they do not deactivate or unsubscribe, they can keep those $6 forever. So if I want to make it $20 in 1 year, they can still pay $6 and get all the features and perks within their membership bracket, right? So some of them are paying $6, some of them are paying $9. That means that right now, with the people who are paying each price point, I am making $1,120 per month on Substack. And at the beginning, like I said, I was writing almost every day because I wanted to give new subscribers value. But then I was writing maybe 1 or 2 articles per week. And now, 9 months later, because right now I've already built a library, okay? So if you join now, you have 45 articles of information, guides. Some of them are like personal experience, some of them are more in depth, step by step guides. There's templates, there's handbooks, or there checklists, there's all sorts of things. So if you want to find a remote job, you can go to my Substack and you can literally find everything you need to get a remote job. So at this point, there is so much value that I am super happy that I'm charging $9 per month, and I think I could even charge more. But I am going to leave it at $9 per month for now, because right now what I want to do with my Substack is I want to make it like the most affordable way for people to get my help, my insights, my guidance if they want remote jobs or if they want to make money online. Later on, it could be more, but right now I think that is a nice and fair price point. That is also not like a big, like people don't feel like they have to make a huge decision like they might have to with my course or other things that I offer, right? So I like the price point at the moment. And like I said, some people are paying $6, some people are paying 9. I'm making $1,120 per month right now, but it is compounding because the more subscribers that you get, the more shares that you start getting on your articles, the more Substack starts recognizing you and promoting you, and you start appearing on people's feeds. So this will only grow. Now, my growth strategy, very important, I wanted to share that, is notes. Notes inside of Substack is basically like Twitter, like X, like threads, okay? Short little things you post, and you don't have to like make it something fancy and well thought and like 500 characters. No, you can leave all of the in-depth information and pieces for your actual Substack posts or articles, right? The ones that you can make free or paid or whatever. But on notes, you can share photos, you can share graphics, you can share insights, you can share, like, imagine what you share on threads or on X. That's basically what you share on notes. So this is how most people discovered me, my notes. And what I do is that I post on notes 4 times a day, no matter what. Sometimes I schedule them if I'm a little bit more busy, if I'm busier, I schedule them. But if I am going to be working from home and I know I am going to be working from home, I just make it a point to be like, okay, this is interesting. Something I was writing or something I found out or something that I said in a video. I can be like, okay, wait, let me stop. Let me share this on Substack as a note, okay? Short sentence, a short paragraph, whatever it might be. This is the most important thing that you can do on Substack to grow within Substack, okay? Remember that 69% of my subscribers are coming from Substack, and this is how they're finding me. And it doesn't take that long. So the marketing strategy of your Substack is literally writing these notes. And if each one takes you 5 minutes or less, then you're spending maybe 20 minutes, maybe 10 minutes per day marketing your Substack. So that, I think, is super sustainable in terms of marketing for your growth and for people to find your articles. Okay. So also, the more you grow, the more people share your articles. So you can only start making more and more money on Substack just by writing, because a lot of people don't want to post every day on social media or make videos or sell digital products. If you just want to write, this is such a great option for you, because yes, you can have a blog, but nowadays, to monetize a blog, you have to get sponsors, and you might get a sponsor 1 month and maybe you don't get it the next month, or you can have ads. But those things, I think, are more complicated. And do you imagine the amount of traffic that you need to have on a blog so that you can actually start getting paid? It's going to be a lot higher than what you need on Substack. So I definitely recommend using Substack. I only started, like I said, 9 months ago, and I am making $1,120 per month, and this is only going to grow. So definitely give it a try if you want a new online source of income. You can even spend more time than I do on it, because I am posting maybe 3 times per month right now. And this is how much I'm making after 9 months. So if you're committed to it and you basically make it your part-time job, then you could even you can become a bestseller a lot faster than me. I have hit the bestseller list a few times, and that's cool because you get even more eyes on your content, and that is another way in which Substack basically promotes your work for you. So yeah, there are a lot of people who are bigger creators on Substack. I'm not saying I'm the one that's making the most money, definitely not. But $1,120 per month does not sound bad to me. And for the amount of work, I think it's great, and it's only going to grow. So I definitely recommend it. So go ahead and give it a try. Let me know what you think. I am going to leave you in the description an article that I have on Substack, of course, because this is all full circle. And this article gives you more information of what I did, what I didn't do, my notes strategy. I give you more information of what I post, how often I post, how I do scheduling when I do that, and everything I've done so far to get to this point. So you can go and check that out. The link is in the description. And if you want more ideas on how to make money online, or if you want to find a remote job, you can go to my Substack too, because I have a lot of tips about that. Or you can check out also the link in my bio where I show you some other of my resources so that you can make money online. Alrighty, my name is Andrea Valeria and I am a remote work specialist, and I hope this video was helpful.